Hi there, Rabbi Rafi Cantor. This is the fifth video that I am making during this time of the COVID-19 restrictions. And I send this out to my congregation and to anyone else who's interested. Before I turn to the Parsha for Shabbat, I want to say a few words about Passover because we're coming into the last 2 days of Passover. And hopefully we have found ways to connect and feel the joy of the holiday, even though we are sheltering in place, really most of us. There's a wonderful story told by my colleague, Professor David Galinkin of the Schechter Institute. And he tells the following: on Erev Pesach, a WhatsApp was sent around Israel. At 8:30 p.m., go out on your porch and sing Ma Nishtana together with all your neighbors. And he says, so we did. It was amazing. We sang Ma Nishtana together with dozens of neighbors, and at the end, we sang Am Yisrael Chai. I love this story because it first of all tells how important contact and feeling a sense of unity in this time of great challenges, and how wonderful in Israel that Jews were able to express together as a people their connection in such a basic act as singing the four questions together from your mirpeset, from your balcony. And I think that for me, it's an important message of always finding ways to connect with others. I hope that you'll consider in this time to call somebody you might not normally call, but it's somebody who was in your past, who you would want to know how they're doing. I think every effort we make to reach out into the world comes back to us in so many ways and enriches our lives. So give that some thought, if you would, as we celebrate the last 2 days of Passover. Now looking ahead to Shabbat. The Torah portion for this coming Shabbat is Shmini. Shmini deals with the final day of Aaron and his sons being ordained to minister to the people in their roles as the high priest and priests. And after we have the description of this final day of ordination and their taking their rightful place in the priesthood, we have a description of the laws of kashrut. What kinds of animals are kosher? Animal must chew its cud or have a split hoof, and those animals then are kosher. And then, of course, describes the type of fish, right? Fish have to have fins and scales in order to be kosher. And Dina Weiss of Hadar, a wonderful teacher, asks a very interesting question that I hadn't thought about. And it is the following. We bring sheep as a sacrifice. We bring ox as a sacrifice. We bring a cow as a sacrifice. But no fish at all as a sacrifice. And the question is, why is it? And it's really something to think about because, as always, we can read the text over and over again, and suddenly such a basic question can jump out at us. And I want to suggest that it may be that fish live in their own world, right? They're not of our world. They're of the water. And we know the water is a different place. And the fact is that the Torah wanted us to bring things of this world. In some ways, fish escape the conditions of this world. And to have atonement or to bring something of ourselves has to be part of this world. And I think that may be the message, right? That the sacrificial objects have to be of this world because we are of this world. And it tells us that those animals are connected to us in the way we exist. And fish are in another world. They're in their world of the water, and they escape in many ways the conditions of this world. So I think it's a wonderful message of spirituality in terms of teaching us about why fish are not brought as korban, as a sacrifice. So I hope you're looking forward not only to the last 2 days, but to Shabbat coming. I hope you'll think about the messages of our Torah portion and, of course, that story that I shared with you. I want to wish you a Chag Sameach and, of course, a Shabbat Shalom for the coming Shabbat. Be well, and I will speak with you in another week.